Hello guys, the Coin here once again. This time I'm going to make the second wave incoming update. Well, because there's a lot of news actually coming out, like we can see here on the Google search in regards of news. So here are the latest updates from Japan behind the coronavirus outbreak. Command disinfects a goalpost ahead of J-League second, whatever. Look, the World Health Organization already made a study that the coronavirus, or whatever this is, which is, whatever, cannot be spread through touching objects, right? So let's go to the second one. Switzerland quarantines 300 after super spreader. 300, right? Coronavirus live updates. Haryana government says malls to whatever. Let me take a look. So that we can. Haryana government says malls to reopen in Gurun Faribadad district from July 1st. That shopping malls will reopen in. Will have follow standard procedure issued by the government. Okay. So these guys are opening. Let's continue to check the news. So let's take a look at what the New York Times is saying. African migrants in Yemen scapegoated for coronavirus. So in Spain, the infections continue to climb. Nothing going on here. So spreads globally. We try to confirm cases. Shocking outbreak in San Quentin coronavirus outbreak. China puts half a million in lockdown after COVID-19 spike. 85 coronavirus COVID-19 cases now tied to outbreak to the east. So they're pushing it again, guys. Race to trace more than 300 workers after the coronavirus. Public Health Wales COVID-19 outbreak incident response. Testing of the workforce associated. Modesto, Deputy Chief Medical Officer, Victorian coronavirus. Italy, for the first time, sees single-digit daily deaths from COVID-19. So it looks like this COVID-19 is actually acting differently according to country, according to reports. Israel has lost control of coronavirus outbreak, global report, worldwide COVID-19 cases are near 10 million. Mumbai sees 1,460. So some countries are reopening, other countries are saying that the outbreak is actually getting worse. So, yeah, man, this is, like I said, they're pushing this again. They're pushing this because it's absolutely nonsense, man. So TV shows resume shooting. Mumbai's Farm City. Beijing coronavirus outbreak. City raises emergency level. More than 500,000 dead as Brazil coronavirus outbreak deepens. Beijing coronavirus travel restricted to, I don't know. U.S. likely to see shortage of pharmaceutical drugs. Yeah. So now they're saying that pharmaceutical drugs is going to be affected in the United States. So coinage will be affected as well. Pretty soon there will be a food shortage as well. This is what's going on, man. They use this fake pandemic crap, And yeah, that's what it's all about. Coronavirus outbreak. Pakistan's Mohammed Hafez among 6 players found to be negative. Well, at least one positive news. Colorado respiratory therapist helps Navajo Nation. In Japan, time Beijing lockdown tightens as new coronavirus spread. U.S. sets single-day record for new coronavirus cases for fifth. I don't know. Tennessee has experienced rapid growth of coronavirus outbreak. Long Beach Mayor Robert Garcia's June 27 update. Coronavirus. Financial Times. U.S. reports record jump in coronavirus. Fears of second coronavirus outbreak hit global shares. Yep. And once again, they're going to use this to crash the stock market, to bring it to March lows. Germany imposes fresh lockdown after coronavirus outbreak. Oh, let's see, in Germany. So, this is going to be going on again. Let me just check what they're saying here. Germany imposes fresh lockdown after coronavirus outbreak at meat factory. The German state of North Rhine-Westphalia has imposed a new lockdown in the area around a meat processing factory hit by coronavirus outbreak. Now, yeah, this is what's going on now. They're targeting the food processor companies. You know, like I said, this makes absolutely no sense. But whatever, man. So we have already seen what lockdowns and economy shutdowns brings. You know, where we are right now, and they want to continue to enforce this. They want to completely bankrupt the world, man. That's what's going on. So that they impose for people to be at home again and stuff like that. Yeah. That really makes sense, you know, slaughterhouses and stuff, you know. I thought that the coronavirus could be only spread through human to human if we read the real rhetoric, right? So now it can spread all over the place. It's not a virus anymore. Whatever, man. People still buying this, man. I already posted a lot of information that this is absolutely nothing more than a flu, but people still want to believe this. You know, this is a real thing. You know, but whatever, man. Yeah, they're pushing this stuff again. So let me see what's going on here in Portugal. So they're talking about fining. Here in Portugal, they're talking about fining people for fining people and owners of businesses if they don't comply to the regulation. Although this is not law, you know, it should be. In order for people to be fined, this should be law, right? But this is no law. This is just a guideline, and people will get fined for not following guidelines, you know, although it's not part of the law. That, you know, once again, that doesn't make any sense. Once again, yeah, more fucking ads. So COVID-19, so new new rules into assembling assembling vegetables. So the European Commission gets 16 million in donations to create solutions for COVID-19. 16 million, right? So MAI doesn't see any reasons to delay the borders openings on July 1st. Yeah, man, these rules, man, these rules are not going to make anything in regards of economic recovery, because they're just going to slow down a little bit the because there's not going to be an economic recovery, because of all these regulations, because businesses are not going back how it used to be before this supposed outbreak, right? People are not going to, especially the small owners, are not going to be able to sell what they sold before. It's not going to happen. So this is just kind of a buffer, but it will do absolutely nothing. People will still continue to be on the street, and they will lose their businesses, because the volume will never be enough to cover all the expenses and the rents and whatever, and to pay for employees. It's just not going to happen, man. Things were bad enough with lockdown, but with these kinds of regulations, there's not going to be any recovery. And pretty much soon, they're saying that they're opening everything, but pretty much soon they will be shutting down everything. Lisbon, the capital of Portugal, is on lockdown again. Supposedly the outbreak is the worst in that part of the country. So, like I said, the virus acts differently here in Portugal, in depending on the region and whatever. But that's the reality, man. That's the reality that we're living right now, and it's pretty much, it's going to break down to just the tempering here. I believe that they're actually waiting for the global reset, but according to the news that I saw from The Hill, they will be only pushing it. They're already pushing it right now, but they'll only be able to do it on 2021. So now it's time for brainwash the people. Let me just check here what's going on. In the other news outlet here in Portugal, there are a couple, not many, but there are a couple. Yeah, so it says here that police had to intervene to disperse gatherings in Porto. That is the reality. Instead of going for the criminals, no, now gatherings are a crime. You have to start to see this, guys. They don't want us to be together. They don't want us to talk to each other. So that's what it's all about. So here they're talking about there is one killed by a gunshot in Kentucky. So they're already talking about findings and stuff like that. Let's see what's going on. So they're saying that Brazil is almost with 40,000 infected in 24 hours. Iceland president re-elected with almost 90% of the votes. So André Carrilho, former player of Sporting and Benfica, is tested positive for COVID-19. Activists want to save a bear in Italy. Yeah, it looks like the airways company here in Portugal called the TAP is going to get a bailout. So that's what's going on here as well. Let me just take a look at what is going on in the other news outlet here in mainstream. I usually don't take a look at this, but seeing how the situation is evolving with the news of the coronavirus, I just want to check out what they're saying here as well, because yeah, here they're saying that Regangos of Montserrat has already 128 cases of infection. Brazilian ambassador asked patience to the Brazilian people, and this is everywhere, man. Look at this. Always the same propaganda. Oh, and it's always about the banks. So it looks like the Chinese in Hubei have floodings going on. So police saves a dog, saves a dog that was enclosed in a car. I don't know if that was here in Portugal, in Sevilla, it was in Spain. Now they're saying that only 8 women have executive, places in the most in the high companies here in Portugal. Temperatures may reach 35 degrees in Algarve. I don't get it, it's supposed to be so bad, but now the sports events are getting back, I don't get it, man. So Cascais is producing masks. Yep. Sports events are coming back again, but so Switzerland puts 300 people in quarantine after an outbreak in a disco. Wasn't that the same news? Let me check again. Coronavirus update or outbreak, yeah. No, I just want to confirm because I saw something about 300 people as well, so coronavirus update. 31 new cases in Corel. No, I have to put outbreak in here because I saw something about 300 as well. They like to use the same numbers over and over again, right? So let me see if I can find it again. Yep, it is the same news. Switzerland quarantines 300 after super spreader coronavirus. In club, Flamingo Club a week ago tested positive for COVID-19 on Thursday. Yep, it's the same news. Yep. So this is the deal, guys. This is what we're facing here with the so-called coronavirus update or outbreak or whatever, where more and more studies, are coming out suggesting and saying, and according to tests that have been made, the people that are dying are not dying because of the coronavirus, are dying in spite of the coronavirus. And once again, the tests, they're useless. 80% are false positive, because they're not going for the coronavirus, they're just going to two diseases that people have. And yeah, that's, I already posted a lot of evidence about that, but they keep pushing this, I'm not going to continue to push the same. Hey man, what's going on, man? Yep, now they're pushing the second wave big time here, although here in Portugal and in some countries, they want to open up stuff. Looks like the outbreak is getting bad in China, in the United States. Also a lot of cases that are going on. So that is what is going on, man. They're pushing the second wave stuff, and yeah. Let me just check if I can see any new information. Just remove this. Coronavirus update. So let me just check here what's going on. As UK to open up European holidays. Brazil signs agreement to produce what? Vaccine. Oh yeah. So they already have an experimental vaccine. So the flu was never eradicated, but they're going to eradicate the COVID-19, right? Open your eyes, guys. If they aren't able to eradicate the flu, the flu seasonal the flu season, according to the cases, between 340 to 650,000 people die each year from the flu, right? So they haven't been able to eradicate it since it first showed up, I guess in 1914 and 1916, And once again, if you take a look at the numbers, so the seasonal flu kills between 240 and about 650,000 people a year, right? Every year. And yeah. And this is supposed to be a big threat, but whatever, man. People look, there's information out there saying that this is all bullshit, man. The numbers are wrong. The tests are false positives 80% of the time. The death certificates are bullshit because in the United States, medical doctors are incentivized to put COVID-19 as the cause of death because they get more money, they get more equipment for that. The same thing has happened in Italy, where in an Italian report, I can't find that article right now, said the same thing. 89% of the cases or 89% of the death cases, that came out first, that these 89% cases of people that supposedly died from the coronavirus, they were revoked in Italy, right? So they must have been using the same method, the tests, even the guy that invented the test said the test is useless, man. But it's the method that has been used for testing worldwide, and it's bullshit. People are not dying because of the coronavirus. People are dying in spite of the coronavirus. Viruses cannot be spread airborne. They cannot be spread through touching objects and whatever. Even the World Health Organization has admitted to that. They can't find any evidence that the coronavirus can spread through touching objects, man. So this is nothing but the flu, and once again they are tampering with the numbers. They're tampering with the death certificates. They're tampering with the tests. It's all bullshit, man. And now they're coming up with the vaccines and stuff like that. This is the next step. If you want to go out, if you want to do business, man, you have to get a fucking vaccine. Where vaccines have been tested that they harm our health. I haven't posted this in any other video, but the United States government lost a lawsuit because the vaccines that the pharmacies were actually producing, they haven't been tested for 30 years, man. Do you understand this shit, man? Do you understand this? Vaccines haven't been tested for over 30 years, and still, they get this shit to the public, where heavy metals have been detected, fetus DNA has been detected in vaccines, man. It's fucking incredible, man. But that's the reality, man. Everything needs to shut down, and everybody needs to use a fucking mask. Where masks are actually harmful for your health. You're not intaking the oxygen that you took, and there are some people that use masks every day or all day already reporting that they're having nausea and headaches. That's because of this, because they're not intaking the oxygen that they should. Besides of breathing CO2 again, which is harmful. That's why we breathe it out. But yeah, guys, this is once again what is going on. I will shut down this live stream because yeah, it makes no sense for me talking about this. So I'm the Coin, and I'm out.